Hey, what's up, guys? Evan here. Aloha. How's it going? It's been a very long time since I've done one of these vlog videos, so I'm a little bit rusty, but I just kind of want to give an update to anybody who's still watching my content, subscribers, etc., about my weight loss that I've been going through. I'm still kind of a big boy, but I have lost. So I weighed myself yesterday. I was 237. So yeah, 50 pounds, 51 pounds. I was at 289 back in August. So it's been about 7 months. It's been about 7 months. Um, 7.5 to be exact. Um, I just want to say what I'm doing. I want to give the hard truth. I'm a very truthful person. I don't try to bullshit people. I don't try to be hyperbolic or over exaggerate. I exaggerate a little bit, but you know, what am I doing is basically the OMAD diet. Um, every day between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I eat one meal a day, and I've been eating the same thing pretty much for the last 4 months now. I'm actually going to switch it up because I'm really getting tired of breakfast burritos. I've been eating nothing but eggs and some kind of breakfast meat. I switch up. I usually eat bacon. I try to switch to a low salt bacon, low sodium turkey bacon, that kind of thing. There's some sausages I really like from Costco that I've been getting. They're like Louisiana hot links or something. I love spicy food, so I've been kind of adding that. I had like habanero or Tabasco sauce or any kind of spice, sriracha, to the eggs while I'm cooking them. I should think about making a cooking channel because I cook a lot of food. A lot of people don't know this. I don't film it or anything, but I cook a lot of different types of food. If anyone watches this video and is interested in making, I can make some cooking videos or a cooking channel. Um, all I do is really post pictures and I upload them to my Facebook or Instagram. I'm not saying I'm an amazing cook, but I might be able to surprise some people. You never know. I just cooked some pork adobo. Um, I think like a week ago, or for I have one cheat day, by the way. So people are like, "Oh, you only eat breakfast?" But I have one cheat day a week. So I think it was last week Saturday I cooked pork adobo. So yeah, so I've been doing the OMAD thing. Excuse me. Basically, it's intermittent fasting. I guess it would be the 22 and no 2 out of 24. I don't know how it works. 20 and 24 or something. Since I only eat between the 2 hours. Um, I drink water. Actually, I've been drinking pretty much the same thing. Not water, but I've been drinking flavored. I think it's called Weather Lights, no sugar, um, flavored drink mix. So it's the ones that are like the to go packets. They have tons of flavors. They're really cheap too on Amazon. I've been buying the lemonade variety pack. You get like 40 packets for like $6-7 or something. And if you buy, they usually have a bundle. If you buy like 4 or 5 of them, you get another 10% off. I'm not sponsored. I'm just saying what I'm doing. I also like the Skittles ones. I think I've had like almost every non-sugar powdered drink mix on Amazon. Every time I go on there, I run out. I get a different flavor. The Skittles one, the Starburst one was okay. I think it was too sweet. I ended up like, because I usually do 2 packets per this 40-ounce hydro flask, and the Starburst one was too sweet, so I've been just doing 1 packet of those. Um, I've been drinking. I've been drinking the juice mix with chia seeds. That was a big factor in controlling my hunger, my appetite. Um, it also helps blood flow, cleans out, helps your circulation, cleans out your blood clots and stuff like that. So I've been doing that, and then I usually mix it with some lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. Just a little bit though. I hate the taste of apple cider vinegar. It's also really bad for your teeth. I read that I've been seeing videos. Your enamel or whatever it's called, your teeth, it'll decay. So I only put like just a splash. I don't do like the teaspoon. I just put like that. I just do a splash of lemon juice and apple cider vinegar, 1 little teaspoon of chia seeds, powdered drink mix, and mix it all up. And this thing lasts me for the entire day. Put a little bit of ice in there, and it tastes just as good as, fruit punch or anything like a sugar-based drink. I think it tastes better, honestly, especially the lemonade ones. Weather's Light lemonade, I think, is my favorite one. The only one I haven't tried yet is the iced tea / lemonade. There's also like peach iced tea. I haven't tried those, but so every day I've been drinking that. If that runs out, I just drink water. Breakfast burritos, so eggs. I know I'm repeating myself, but just to recap, I just get like the thin flour tortillas, low carb. Sometimes I get the spinach wraps. Cook my eggs, cook my meats and stuff like that. Then I usually grill the burrito. I have that, and then I don't eat the rest of the day. Saturdays are my cheat days. So I'll eat whatever I want, honestly. I don't pig out like I used to. I actually get really, I don't eat that much, and I get really full. And if I overeat, I get extremely sick now. Like, my body has adapted to the OMAD diet so much that if I try to overeat, I just get insanely ill, and it goes on to the next day too. So but on my cheat days, I'll have like a slice of pizza, maybe 2 slices max. Maybe I'll get a burger or something like that. So if you're struggling to diet, you don't have to go insane and just starve yourself or follow these insane diet regimens. Everyone's different, but the OMAD thing's been working for me, and it's okay to treat yourself. In fact, I did read up on, the human body is so advanced and so easily to adapt to your lifestyles and your diet and stuff like that. If you do the OMAD thing, if you do the intermittent thing long enough, your body's expecting it every single day. And that is actually a problem, because what can happen is you'll plateau, and that's what happened to me. I've been kind of stuck between 235, 240. Like I said, I was around 288, 289 back in August when I started the OMAD diet. And once I hit 240, I was not moving at all. And that's when I started implementing the cheat days. So what it does is it kind of gives your body a reset. Now, I'm not a health expert. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos. I read up on, articles and stuff like that about dieting, about intermittent fasting, OMAD and stuff like that. And I'm only speaking from my perspective, my point of view. And everyone's different, everybody's body's different and stuff like that. So, don't try to roast me too bad in the comments. I'm not an expert. So if once I introduced the cheat days once a week, my body went through a reset and I started losing weight again. So that is a factor thing. If you throw in a curveball to your body, like, hey, what's going on? Okay, we got to change some things. We got to burn more glucose. Your insulin is rising, stuff like that. And, you might feel a little bit off, but it'll basically it'll be a reset. And then you can go back into the intermittent fasting and you'll lose weight. You'll pass that plateau. Again, worked for me. Probably might not work for everybody. The other thing, of course, nobody wants to hear this, but exercise. And I'm actually right now I'm about to go swimming. I love swimming. So I'm going to do some laps in the pool. Now, you don't have to go crazy. Like, when I first started the OMAD thing, I was hitting the gym, hitting the pool, every single day. The only times I didn't go was on my days off. And I was in agony. My body was aching. My muscles were hurting. There was one point where I couldn't even walk because I was doing so many squats and I didn't stretch because I'm, could be stupid sometimes. You don't have to do that, everything in moderation. So I cut that in half. I only work out at the gym twice a week, and I only swim maybe like once a week, maybe twice. So it's definitely a lot less than what I was doing, and I'm still seeing the weight loss, and I'm still getting some muscle tone. I'm not planning. I'm not one of these. I don't want to get ripped. I don't care about getting ripped. I don't care about being a bodybuilder. Although I am pretty impressed how much I can lift now. I'm not bragging, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started back in August, I could barely lift like 40 pounds, 50 pounds dumbbells. Now I'm up to like 110 and stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's still, still get winded, but I couldn't lift that at all. Like back then. When I say 110, I mean like, per arm, bench pressing, that kind of thing. Although I do prefer the machines where I don't have to like put the weights on. It's just a pain in the ass. I like the ones that you just kind of like there's like a pin, there's like a set of weights, and then you put the pin to where you want to lift. That's the ones I prefer. It's just a lot easier. Plus, I can only work out on my break, and I only have like a 2-hour break. In reality, it's only an hour and a half because I got to drive to the gym and all that. So, what exercises I have been doing is, bench pressing. I've been using this one machine where it's like these two ropes, and then you grab them, you do squats, and then you pull yourself up. So I do about 100 of those. I do about 100 pull-ups, not pull-ups, but the you like sit down and they're like the weight pull-up thingies, curling. I think it's called curling. And then I use the leg press about 100 times, and that's it for the day. I try to do like 200 to 300 reps of something. The hardest one is the ab crunch thing. We gotta like pull yourself to do abs. That I can only do 50 of. It hurts after a while. And then the days that I'm not at the gym, I'm swimming, I'm doing laps. I would say the pool, the public pool that I'm in front of right now, it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and I would say it's maybe like 40 feet, one, and then 40 feet back. So I just do that. We'll just say 100 feet. I do 2 reps, I guess. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. Let's just do like 2 reps per 100 feet. So I do about 10 of those. So I don't know. I swim for about an hour and a half is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to do metrics here. It's not working. So I just swim for an hour and a half. And the last thing I'm doing is I'm chilling in the sauna. When I'm at the gym, I try to do like 15 to 20 minutes in the sauna. So that's what I've been doing. Steadily, I've been losing about 2 pounds per week. So about 8 pounds a month. Now, when I first started, I was losing 10 pounds. And I know a lot of that is water weight. And my body wasn't used to the OMAD diet. So they were just falling off. I lost 10 pounds every day. 10 pounds every month until I hit that plateau. Once I hit 240, I was not losing anything. So that's when, again, cheat day. So that's what I've been doing. Now I'm not 100% perfect. I have been messing up. Candy is, although my name's Katsu King, I mean, I love chicken katsu, but my second favorite thing is candy. I love candy, especially fruit candy. I love Airheads. I love Skittles. I love Red Vines. Not too much of a chocolate person. If I do get chocolate, I like Skor bars. I like the Hershey's cookies and cream. I should stop talking about candy because I'm just going to jinx myself. But High Chews. Oh, God, I love High Chews. I love fruit candy. It's very tempting for me to not eat fruit candy. But this diet has helped. I have turned it down. On my cheat days, I definitely have fruit candy. I grab a pack of Airheads or something, or, I know real fruit's better for you, and I have been eating real fruit, but I love candy. And then number 3 would probably be pizza. I mean, everyone loves pizza. But, so yeah, you can still mess up. Just don't beat yourself up for, just don't beat yourself up over it. God, stuttering. Just get back on it the next day, just remember, like, look at yourself in the mirror and just remember what your goal is. Be determined. Don't give up. And I'm not gonna, determination is different for everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you, and again, I'm a very honest person. I don't like the bullshit. For me, I had to hate myself enough to lose weight. I hated seeing what I saw in the mirror. And I was repulsed. I was disgusted. I don't like looking at myself. I still kind of don't until I get to a certain weight. Now, I know I lost 50 pounds, but I still don't like looking at myself. I think I have very low self-esteem. I'm going to be honest. I think I'm a very ugly man. I've always kind of felt that way. And I know this video is kind of turned into a downer, but that's just how I feel. And I openly, publicly say, I just tell people straight, I'm fucking ugly. I'm a fucking ugly dude. And I actually feel uncomfortable when people don't tell me I'm ugly. I know I'm a fucking weirdo. I know, but I don't like when people say I'm like an attractive guy. So I feel weird about it. So I just feel that I'm fat and I'm ugly, and that's the determination I needed to lose the weight. Now, I am a strong believer of how can I put this without offending people? I am not for fat body positivity. I don't think there is anything good for being overweight. As for someone who has been overweight majority of my life, I started gaining weight, I think when my brother was born. I think I was 14. I'm 40 now. So, 26 years of my life. I mean, I wasn't like huge. It progressed over time. I gained a lot of weight over time. And the heaviest I've ever been was 318 pounds. And that was last year. Last year was 318. I know in August I was at 289, but I was slowly losing weight, but I didn't do the OMAD thing. I was just like cutting out soda. Just by doing that, I lost a little bit of weight. But last year I was 318. And another thing that really sparked the weight loss was I got gout. Got that gout in both my feet. And it was terrible. It was the most painful experience, second most painful, actually. One time I got a stalactite in my head. That was pretty bad. And I had food poisoning once. My stomach was like on fire. But it was definitely one of the most painful experiences I've ever had. I was bedridden for like 5 days. I had to drink like a bunch of grapefruit juice. I don't know. I was doing a bunch of stuff. I had to go to urgent care. They gave me penicillin, antibiotics. And once that was fixed, it happened to the other foot. So I got it twice, and it was like in a row. It was like just a week after my right foot healed, my left foot got gout. And, when I saw the doctor, he's like, do you smoke? I was like, no, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I hardly drink. I drink maybe like, I can count on my hand a year, like the times I drink. I'm not a drinker. I'm not a smoker. But I do eat a lot of salty foods, and I, eat a very unhealthy lifestyle. Fast food, Taco Bell was like my go-to 3 times a week when I used to work at my last job. So he's like, you got to cut the salty foods out. So I switched to low sodium bacon, turkey bacon, tried to use less salt in my foods and stuff. And started there, and then did the OMAD thing. And I gotta be honest, I feel great now. My back pain is almost gone. I have a lot more energy. I walk faster. I don't get winded when I talk. Like when I was 318, like I got winded. Like me talking to you right now, I'd be winded. I would become winded. Couldn't breathe. It was sleep apnea is gone. I can sleep better. I've actually been having a little bit harder time to sleep, but it's not because of the weight thing. It's because I'm just staying up playing video games. Still a gamer, but back to the body positivity. Personally, and I'm not trying to spread hate or anything, but I don't think there's anything beneficial for you being fat. I'm not saying you shouldn't love yourself, but you shouldn't love yourself because you're fat. It's not an aspect in life that's positive. It only brings disease, unfortunately, persecution. People will label you and make fun of you and stuff like that for being fat. I live fat majority of my life, and I've been stared at every day. And this is not a pity party. I'm just telling you the truth, how it is, how society views fat people. And it's fucking horrible. And if you are someone who is like, oh, I'm fat and I'm proud, I think it's delusion. Or you're being lazy. You're just being lazy and you don't want to lose the weight. I'm also a very strong advocate of doing it naturally. I have not used Ozempic. I will never use Ozempic. I personally think Ozempic is for cheaters. And from what I heard, it's not even worth it. The side effects are terrible from what I've read and what I've seen. And it doesn't change your behavior of eating. It doesn't change your patterns. You have to change. You have to stop eating so much. You have to lower your calorie intake. You have to exercise. You have to live a healthy lifestyle. And no shot in the gut is going to do that for you. You have to do that for you. And for me, I had to hate myself. I had to hate seeing myself being fat. I had to hate seeing, I didn't even want to look in the mirror. When I pass the mirror in my bathroom, I look at the ground. I hate what I see, dude. And for me, I just had to hate myself 26 years I've been hating myself. I've always known I'm fat and unhealthy. People think like I'm unaware of my health. I am completely aware that I'm unhealthy and I'm fat and I don't want to be like this. I'm not like these fat people like, oh, yeah, I'm fat and proud and stuff like that. And if you don't like me for who I am, then, go to hell or something. They're basically being prejudiced against fat people. Not for that at all. I admire other people I see at the gym that are trying to lose weight, that are bettering themselves. They may have a different outlook on life. They may not hate themselves like I do, but it makes me happy to see someone put in the work and to lose weight. And I love seeing, like, I watch the YouTube videos, Facebook videos. Some of them are fake, by the way. It's AI. But there's some legit where it's like people who actually lost weight and they did not use Ozempic. They did it all natural. And those people are awesome. And I'm very proud of those people. Also, kind of weird thing. I've been watching 600 Pound Life, and that always gives me, like, whenever I feel like I want to cheat and stuff, it's not my cheat day, I'm like, oh man, I could really get like a burger or pizza or some Mexican food. I watch 600 Pound Life, and I instantly don't want to eat. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, those people disgust me or anything like that. I mean, some of them are just kind of, they're disgusting, not because they're fat, because their personality, like, they're just horrible people. But I just look at them and I'm like, man, I don't ever want to be like that. I don't ever want to look like that. I don't ever want to end up like that. And that gives me motivation. I know, in a sick, twisted way, seeing those 600 pound people on that channel. And I'm not trying to like, I'm really not trying to be mean or anything. I see that as motivation for me to not be like that. And I know it works for me. So now if they lose weight, awesome. They're awesome. And I'm proud of them and stuff. Unfortunately, I've kind of watched a lot of that show. I've watched probably like 20 episodes. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm kind of like fixated on that show. And 90% of the time, they don't lose weight. They lose weight, but they don't get to their goals. They'll go from like 600, 400 pounds. And unfortunately, a lot of them pass away, or they're in denial. They're like, oh, I tried, when they don't really try. Like, it works. If you, like, you can't lie to these doctors. Like, they know when you're bullshitting them, all right? It's super simple. Calories in, calories out. Exercise, eat healthy, cut back on the sugar. You don't have to quit the sugar, although keto is really good. I would recommend cutting out the sugar and lower your carbohydrate intake. All good stuff. There's nothing but good stuff that comes from that. And if you're fat and You're saying, oh, I've tried that stuff. You're lying. The human body does not lie, all right? Sorry to be, again, I'm being truthful. That's how it is. It's calories in, calories out. Now, I know there's some people have like thyroid issues, you know, there might be some genetic stuff like that, but majority of the time, if you don't eat that much, you will lose the weight, okay? It's simple science. So, sorry, simple math. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, I'm going to go swim now. I guess one last thing I want to touch on is my goal. I want to get to, I want to get under 220 before my trip in April. So I got about 17 more pounds to go. And then my ultimate goal, which will be 1 year from my birthday, July 26th. I guess I started right after I started in August 1st. Never mind. Sorry, I'm digressing. I want to get under 200 pounds before I turn 41. So that'll be July 26th. So that is my ultimate goal. And I don't ever want to get over 200 pounds ever again. And hopefully one day I can look in the mirror and not hate myself. I can feel proud of myself. I'm still going to say I'm ugly because that's just how I view myself. But I will at least say I'm not as ugly as I used to be. As I was super overweight. I will do another update video once I reach that goal, 200 pounds or less, and I'll probably do a side-by-side comparison of how I was and what I am now. I don't feel like doing a picture right now. I mean, 51 pounds is a lot, and I have, people have told me they notice I've been losing weight, but I want to do like an ultimate comparison. So anyway, that's my vlog. I don't do many of these. I don't think anyone will probably watch this because I'm just not popular. But I hope this video will give some insight and motivation to people who are struggling, that are overweight. And the last thing I'll say is, don't ever if you want to lose the weight and you want to be healthy and live longer, don't let anyone tell you that, oh, you're fine just the way you are. I know that's a real messed up thing to say, but you are in control of your life, and don't let other people enable you. Like, I'm not going to be honest, people who say that, they want you to stay fat. They want to see you miserable. And I know it's sick, but that's how humans are, I've numerous times I've gone with friends and like, oh yeah, you eat, especially where I live in Hawaii, where people like to eat a lot and stuff like that. And when you go to parties, you eat. Why are you not eating? They want you to be content in the body that you're in. And I have to profusely say, no. This is what I want. I want to starve myself. I am fine doing the OMAD thing. I don't want to eat. Sometimes it's uncomfortable where it's like, dinner. Sometimes I'll have to make the sacrifice. Like an anniversary, if it's a birthday or something like that, I'll like, okay, I'll eat, whatever. But anyway, majority of the time I'm doing the OMAD thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace out and take care. Aloha.